Minya mamena wase na mema wakwaba Dr. Zaato ayi na yenim se we political science lecturer ewo UG ababedi nkomo ede afa Npp Primaries no ehona wo kire mu a Kennedy ohene Japan ohwe a aba no obelusu enu nti sisi ya ne nsem bi obeka bia no eye attack na woturo ede akoma bodba omia so enti wakasa odi afuto soronko akwa Kennedy ohene Japan wasan so akire na dwen ede akire Kennedy ohene Japan ebekwa kotie Dr. Zaato na ansana no Solomon Owusu a ono nso oye Alan Kwadwochile Martin onabo ne party member watutu bi e dia mane NPP fo yenkune nkotie nsem a Solomon Owusu onabo waka na ye wia computer a ono nso woye director of elections e de ma NDC amanyuko no ono nso wadi nkomo yentie Solomon Owusu e de computer na be wia me the Dr. Zaato video no e beto so e dia ma mesra wunya en subscribe ya na wa subscribe like video wi na share ma wu ne bi no so unya bi enhwe
So, Roland, everything has been wrong. And growing up, there was a program on TV that was called Journey to the West. Also, I don't know,
Shefu and Wukong.
Yeah, I think this
Journey to the West. That's a Chinese.
Yes, these people have embarked on what I call Journey to Abyss. The party will never be the same after Saturday because it's an on go. First of all, immediately election 2024 was over. 14th of December, they set up a committee in the Ashanti region. That committee was chaired by Chairman Zaato. Remember, Chairman Zaato is a leading member of the Bawumia campaign, Bawumia elected campaign. The whole idea was to create an impression in the minds of the people that the defeat had nothing to do with the one that led them in the last election, that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So the outcome of that report was that, yes, they attributed the defeat to the loose talks of Kennedy Japan. Nothing was attributed to the vice president. Then again, they attributed the defeat to the delegate system, corruption, and mismanagement of the economy. It is the reason why, since December of 2024, you realize that any campaign platform that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia mounted, he tried to distance himself from the happenings in government, saying that he was just a mere mate.
Was it wrong?
Absolutely. What have we been told by Napo? As for Napo, the moment he speaks, I laugh. I would always wish that you speak.
Napo.
Oh, Napo. How can you go and say that the cabinet that you were sitting, Mahmoud Bawumia was the wisest person? You have even insulted the Kufuor.
I don't understand.
That you go to cabinet, you that sits in cabinet. Cabinet, you had about 90 members sitting in cabinet. Look straight into all of them, their faces and say, of all the 90, the wisest person was Mahmoud Bawumia. How can you do that to the very person that...
But that is his observation, Solomon.
That is why they went on a thank you tour. The people realized that, but for the benevolence of the Ghanaian, Napo would have been your vice president. Loose talker like that. He would have been going to the UN to go and even insult us there. How can you do that? The last time he came and even looked straight at his own uncle, President Kufuor, and said that Nana Kufuor had outperformed all of them, including his uncle. Digging a hole means performance. So clearly, they have not been in the top of shape. But let's go into the various issues that have come out. They started with a thank you tour. Under the thank you tour, remember someone was stabbed in Bantima, leading to Kennedy Japan withdrawing from the thank you tour. It was within the thank you tour that the national chairman, someone who had contested for this position for that long, Stephen Ayesu's team, decided to withdraw from it, and since then resigned. Now we don't even know his whereabouts. So as we speak, the NPP has no substantive national chairman. Now fast forward, what have they been telling us? We have already discussed issues of sins. Kennedy Japan's 10 sins, Bawumia's 16 sins, was it Brian's 10 sins, Aduchum's 10 sins. I think it's Kennedy Japan that they are yet to find about 3 or 4 sins. But even with them, they have found some 1 or 2 sins with him.
Kwabene Japan.
Kwabene Japan. They say he's a lazy man. That's what they have told him. That's his sin. So clearly, they themselves have told us that all of them have sinned, and that on Saturday they will be giving us what we call the holy sinner for the people of this country to deal with.
Oh,
you are going to give us holy sinner on Saturday.
Oh, Solomon.
Now, fast forward. You come to the messaging. What have they been telling us? You go to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that we are made to believe that he's the wisest person on earth. In fact, amongst the MPP, he's the wisest person. What has been his campaign message? the major message that he has given to the NPP delegates is that given the opportunity, he will send them to Israel to go and pray.
He didn't say that.
Oh!
He said he will sponsor Christians, like the way when it comes to Muslim pilgrims to Mecca, they are also subsidized. That's what he said.
How different is what I said from what you are saying?
Well,
the man says that
that's my,
you and I,
my decoding of
our tax revenue, the tax that you are paying, and I will be paying, should, in an unlikely event, he becomes the president of this land, he will use it to sponsor.
But what is wrong? We do that for Muslims.
What are we talking about?
Subsidize
I give you my
marginally.
That's the more reason why Ghanaians might not even make the mistake of thinking about him, giving him 10% in the next election. Because this Saturday election is being rigged for him. He's going to win anyway. There is nothing scientific. I heard my brother Zaato talk about scientific polls. Last year, didn't I expose the Africa policy lens to you? Last year, were you not here when Zaato himself was denied that he was a member of the Africa policy lens? Today, Frosley is telling you that he is a senior fellow of the Africa policy lens. I told you they turn out fake
Dr. Frank Bannon.
All of them are like
Dr. Yadom.
The last time, and let me tell you, the last time I came here and did analysis
Professor Bwedi.
Professor Bwedi, I know him very well. He's a Biomia loyalist. I spoke about Dr. Donfe. He called me, insulted, you are stupid, you are a fool. I told him that you are not mad enough. What is this? When you expose them, then they come back and insult you and send you text messages on top of it that you are this, you are that. We are talking about serious matters. What is scientific about what Zaato did this morning? That the
no, they did the poll and the academics.
Did you listen to him?
Repute.
Did you listen to him? He said the basis for the establishment of Baumia, the leading candidate, is that they look at when you visit a candidate. I mean, the basis of the poll is that you must just go and visit the delegates, and that's all. You get their votes.
No.
That's what he said.
It's one of many of the indicators.
That's the main.
No, you have his 10 to respond.
No, that's the thrust of his argument. That because Dr. Mahmoud Baumia visited the delegates, that is all that the delegates needed. The delegates do not care about the economic circumstances, do not care about what you intend to do for them. I mean, beyond sending people to Israel, the next thing that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has said is that given the opportunity, he would employ 10 people per constituency.
But he's thinking about the party, Solomon.
So every constituency has 10 people. Is that the way someone that must be thinking aloud?
About party loyalists.
How can you? Because you see, the point is that when you are voted for as a president, you don't serve only the interests of your party members. In any case, if you were to go to take 276 constituencies, do we have only 10 members of the party in each of the constituency? And what criteria? Instead of thinking about big policies and programs that will serve the interests of the public, you are rather thinking inwardly and saying that I will employ 10 people. And what would it do?
But it's an internal election.
What is what? The reason why we are discussing this matter falls under Article 55 of our Constitution. The NPP is a public institution that must be subjected to scrutiny. Because if we make mistakes and they come to power, you and I will be paying our tax revenue to them to manage it and manage it well. So that is the next, campaign message that he has given to the people. That he's going to employ 10 people per constituency. The next thing I heard from him is that he's going to build toilets. The last time he promised, he has bought the toilet again.
No.
Go to Abublushi. The one he promised, he has not
because
that.
As part of his messaging, he said that and argues that the gold board policy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the foundation. It's his gold for oil policy and then also the purchase program.
That is why you must not even listen to him. The last time I told you that the gold for oil, the last Bank of Ghana financial statement told you that they lost 1.82 billion through the gold for oil. A steady policy. It was for chop, it was corruption, personified. And I don't even know why this government, I've heard the Bank of Ghana say that they are conducting forensic audit into that matter. And I can tell you that the levels of expose that will come out if they are going to do a meticulous job, it will blow your mind. And you will begin to chase those that have been championed in the gold for oil.
Rashid, at the end of the day, you are watching on the sidelines. And it's important that you observe keenly. I mean, Kenya, Japan, DMB, as the predictions are, of course, Zaato and Global Info Analytics and some other polls say DMB will win. Dr. Evans Dria says Kenya, Japan will win. Formidable candidate for you. Headache.
Well, like I stated initially, we already know the outcome of the 31st elections. So as a political party, we are not perturbed at all. Because we know each of them, we know the strength of each of them. In any case, they are not even winning. So the person that they brought for the 2024 is the one they are bringing back again.
That's your target is DMB.
Of course,
Okay.
I'm saying that.
So
looking at the process,
what if DMB doesn't win and then Ken wins? So you have no strategy for.
the thing is straightforward. I've been in this game for a very long time. In my experience in this game, I don't need to be in classroom to tell you about this experience that I've gathered over the years. I've been an election officer since 1996 for the party. So I've gone through the mill in this business, okay, for all this while. And I can tell you clearly, and that is why when I'm making my projection, when I'm speaking about election, I'm confident about certain things. I know what I'm talking about. I can tell you this process is properly designed for DMB. I don't expect any surprises. No, at all. In any case, should there be any surprise, that surprise will only lead them maybe to a second round. Of course, the DMB will still win. Because looking at the area of people, it appears about two other candidates in there are just proxy or Ponzi candidate for DMB. They are in there. If you look at their posting, their outlook and other thing, it's just DMB line.
There are 5.
There are 5, but there are 2 of them.
So we take 2 out.
I'll take
the
2
rest
out.
of the 3.
The rest of the 3 are just one-sided.
They are puppets.
I said they are just one-sided.
Of DMB, so to speak,
yes,
in quotes.
It's a well orchestrated plan. You will even see what they are doing, their output, and then their attack is rather on one of the candidates. If you look at 2 of them, they are seriously attacking one candidate. They are not even talking of DMB.
So we have 2 leading candidates.
Yes.
And the rest 3, at least 2 of those 3,
yes,
they are attacking one of the 2.
The one of the 2. It's very clear there.
Is it a riddle?
That's why I'm saying that there's a Ponzi game being played out there. It's a strategy. You see, when you are going into this business, it's just like the 2024. You saw some political parties contesting. They were being sponsored by the ruling government then. They brought them there. We go to an IPAC meeting and you see them, anytime they are singing, the chorus come from them. So it's a plan. We do have all these things, where you sponsor some Ponzi people to come and be singing your song and pretend that they are also political parties. It's just this thing they are doing. 2 of them is Baumia people. And they are seriously watching, assuming, because, you know, the last time he was just on the touchline. And with this 38.2%, they are not sure whether he can still make it over the 50% that they are looking at. So should that thing happen, then the 2 of them will quickly declare and in that case, we are supporting Baumia. Are you getting that? That will force the other person, who is also independent of himself, to now look at the 2, where he can do a political marketing. That is what they are doing. And so it's a clear strategy that has been played out there. But we, as a political party, NDC, we are watching on the touchline. We are watching closely. In fact, I was telling Dr. Zaato, my good brother, that they should, and then one of the committee members, that we want, if they can give us accreditation as monitors or observers.
The NDC?
Yes, of course. Why not?
You want to go and observe for the...
Yes, because we don't trust what these people are going to do. You need to observe and tell Ghanaians the truth. Because you know that one of them says...
The candidates have observers. We have the Electoral Commission managing the polls for them.
But you only have observers, independent observers. Anytime we are doing, they are accredited. Is that not true? We are public institution or agency, of course, organization, and we want to observe, okay, the processes. Because we've heard one of them saying that he's going to set up anti-rigging squad. One of the candidates.
Anti-rigging squad?
Yes.
Who said that?
It's Kennedy Japan. He said he
believes the election could be rigged?
That they rigged him. They rigged the election the last time. He mentioned that he got some place 104. And they wrote 14 for him.
I think I heard that.
Yes, he's been saying it. And some place he got 75 and they gave him 0. So he doesn't trust these people. And that is why he was saying when they brought the document for him to sign, he indicated he wasn't signing because they expunged some clause. And they were forcing him, when anything happened, they should accept the results. How can I accept such a result, anything that happened there?
You've been listening to the messaging. And since this whole campaign started, there's a Bronyo on one side who, of course, says that he's not part of the campaign team of DMB, but of course, it's a regional chair. And then the messaging that has been coming from the Ken camp as well, for example, called DMB a liar. And there's been a concern that has been raised. He, after signing the pact, he's even gone on a campaign platform, that's Kennedy Japan himself, to say that the doctors or the holders of PhD didn't read the pact content, etc., and all that. What do you think about the messaging, for which we've had varied reactions to?
Thank you very much. Again, everybody who has ever watched primaries will understand that primaries can be very bruising. Primaries can be very difficult and challenges. Every political party is at its most vulnerable stage when they are doing a primary. We've established that. It's true. And sometimes when you are the other opponent, you should fetch water close to your beard when you see your opponent in a primary and it's getting ugly. So yes, has it gotten ugly? Yes. Is it likely going to get very ugly? Yes, it will. I'm not surprised about that. But you, especially usually at the closing end of a campaign, there are two things you see. You can see people campaigning out of fear or anger and desperation. And you can see it in their message.
Okay.
You can also see people's closing statement being about strength, about unity and projecting unity. That is about winning. So I can so what I can advise everybody is that watch the body language and watch the message. If there's somebody there advocating positive message, positive camera energy and stamina, talking about the good things and this is probably that person is doing that because that person knows he's winning. If there's somebody there that has degenerated into name calling, being very vindictive, very insulting, disrespectful, it's probably because the person too has read the writing on the wall and knows that he's losing. And so the person is trying to what? Just literally bomb the whole house. The person is trying to sing the whole boot. So there are two different campaigns. So watch the very end. And that also shows you, and probably the weight of the polling is also showing on the candidates.
Okay.
Candidates that probably have seen the polling and they think that the polling is relatively good and better for them. Maybe there are those that are closing strongly on a positive note, talking about their experience, their CV, and demonstrate a lot of what? Emotional maturity. And then probably candidates that feel that the polls are demonstrating that they will lose and lose heavily. There are those that are showing this lack of emotional maturity. There are those that are degenerating into vulgar and insulting messaging. So look at the messaging, look at the body language. It will tell you a lot about where the polls is.